Hey guys, the Chief Ash here today to talk to you about another movie for our OctoberQuest reviews. Today I'm going to be talking about Sleepy Hollow, directed by Tim Burton. Now, this of course is before Tim Burton sold out to Disney. He's one of the biggest affected buyouts of Disney that I see. I say that because a lot of things have kind of sold out to Disney but kept their artistic liberty, their licenses, or what have you. The only one that really seems to have changed significantly in my eyes and what I've noticed is Tim Burton. This movie, however, came before that buyout, so it still has that old artistic flair of Tim Burton that everybody knows and loves. It has his muse, Johnny Depp, in it, and it is definitely worth the watch overall. Johnny Depp plays Ichabod Crane, who is an inspector in a big city, and it seems that the big city is kind of getting tired of him, so they throw him to Sleepy Hollow, where all these people are getting decapitated. So the plot is him trying to figure out whether or not it's a ghost or not, and how to stop said decapitator. So it has a lot of ups and downs, and it's been so long since I watched it, and when I watched it again, I actually forgot how the movie ended, and what I thought was the ending, or what I thought I remembered as the ending, turned out to not be, and I thought that was kind of fun for me. So this is one of those movies where if you haven't seen it yet, predicting the ending's a little tricky. So it has that complexity of plot that a lot of people strive for in movies. It's got your typical Tim Burton filter, where it's it's kind of a washed out look to make everything kind of dreary, and it works very well for this Halloween-esque movie. Why I'm doing the review, by the way. So you got to have a pumpkin head in a series of movie reviews that are dedicated to Halloween, the one holiday in this month. You got to have something. So you got to have somebody with a head that's also a pumpkin. So that's the rules. So I had to do this one. This is the token pumpkin head review. Johnny Depp does a really good job in this movie. Christopher Walken is the headless horseman, and he doesn't really say anything, but it's kind of outside of his role, and he plays it well. The acting all the way around, as typical in most Tim Burton movies, is pretty solid. Even post-Disney, the acting's usually really good. Post-Disney, the scripts start to suffer, really. It's well executed on that front. There's a lot of really neat shots. Playing with the Tim Burton style film over the lens is very... You can get the coolest shots out of some of the dumbest stuff. So you turn the lights down a little bit and you add fog to it, and it's a whole nother world, and it's very easy to fall into, and this movie highlights that quite a bit. It has some practical effects, and it has some CG. The CG is definitely the killer of the movie. When there is CG, it's pretty poor, and some of your dead people or your detached limbs and whatnot, those come on. Those are practical effects, and they work and don't work. When you first see like the first decapitated body, it looks kind of fake, and then they double over it with story because there's no blood or anything like that, and they double over in story by being like, oh yeah, well when he cuts its head off, it's automatically cauterized. Which is probably Tim Burton playing into the fact that he's aware that having deceased corpses in that fashion is pretty hard to make look super real, and he kind of he leans towards the not having as much blood in a lot of his movies. He'll play with blood and it will be in there, but he's for someone who does as dark movies as he does, because he kind of plays in that dark comedy side and the lovey-dovey darkness. It's always the dark side of things. And for someone who does that, he doesn't have that much blood in his movies. Obviously, I'm excusing Sweeney Todd, but Sweeney Todd happens to be a movie that's pretty much solely about blood. So, but even so, I mean, compared to a production of Sweeney Todd on stage, he doesn't have that much blood. So the most blood you see is your blood at the very beginning of the movie. So this movie it has blood, but it's kept at a minimum, and I think he does that because he likes to keep his viewer range from, anything is watchable from the youngest kid to the oldest adult. So he really keeps his movies in a wide range of view, and this is definitely something in that, and I think that might be why he pulls his blood back. But it's awesome the way he does it, because it doesn't change the quality of the film for anyone of any age. He doesn't have a target audience, because it's easy to take in as any viewer. So definitely well done in that aspect, and I wish he would kind of go back to his old ways and maybe picking scripts more carefully, but alas, what have you. But yeah, the plot has some subplots. It has some very misleading things. It's definitely worth the time. You probably have seen it before, but here's a little reminder to watch it again. It's been a while since it's been brought up. It's everywhere. You can find it at Walmart, Netflix, Redbox, anywhere you look. You can probably find this movie, and no one's probably watching it. Which tis the season, right? Tis the season to watch Sleepy Hollow. Tis the season to have pumpkin head monsters on your television. And 'tis the season to keep watching punch button videos, because we keep making them for every day of this October month, and it's something crazy. So, yes, this has been the Chief Asch on a rather awesome movie called Sleepy Hollow, directed by Tim Burton, and I would like you to keep watching.